One of the latest features on GemuBaka looks over Nintendo Power issue number 78, which heavily features the planned Super Nintendo release of Midway's Mortal Kombat 3. This issue looks at a lot of the basics you can easily find on a website like Game FAQs today, but during the height of the arcade days in the 1990s, magazines were a go-to source for players looking for updated move lists, secrets, and information that would confirm or squash rumors about a game. Through multiple pages of this Mortal Kombat 3 feature, one tiny little detail really caught my attention. Mortal Kombat 3 introduced a new feature that I don't think gets enough credit today, and this is the combat code system. In 2023, this feature is probably looked at as a code mechanic that triggers modifiers that aren't worth the effort to punch in. But if you are able to put yourself into the 1995 arcade mentality, you can see it was crafted as a marketing effort that sought to increase arcade locations' collections, which would in turn make the machine more attractive to arcade locations while allowing Midway to sell even more Mortal Kombat merch. Marketing materials released by Midway leading into the launch of Mortal Kombat 3 heralded combat codes as a key marketing strategy for the game. Most notably, the YouTube channel YourMKArcadeSource has a promotional video hosted that boldly claims 1995 belongs to Mortal Kombat. The promotion obviously centers itself around the release of Mortal Kombat 3, but it also touches on the Mortal Kombat animated series, the Mortal Kombat live tour show, and the Mortal Kombat theatrical release. This video describes the combat code system as being like a briefcase with a combination lock. It has 6 wheels and an absurd amount of combinations. The narrator asks where players will learn the codes that will unlock the game's secrets, and his answer is simply, everywhere. These codes would tuck a variety of features into the game, and Midway could have them published in advertisements, the film, the live tour materials, merchandise, and magazine features. All of this brought about a marketing strategy where certain media would have exclusive codes to share, and this new information would send players back to the arcades to try them out. Much like intended, the Nintendo Power feature has 4 codes published amid the fighters' profiles and move lists. There are no descriptions to these codes, prompting the reader to go to the game and try them for themselves. The most notable secret, however, is in the Nintendo Power code. The magazine explains this code was distributed to Nintendo Power exclusively by Williams Entertainment. The code is said to toughen up your energy bar with no real other explanation. It also stops the timer with the rationale that it allows a player to perfect their skills. So, in essence, it's either for a practice mode or it's a marathon mode for players who only want to do 1 to 2% damage per attack. Still, this massively intrigues me, as 1, this is a prime example of that marketing strategy implemented by Midway for the combat codes, and this lets me see this marketing strategy in action firsthand. Secondly, I tried searching the internet for this code, abbreviated as 432234, based on the number of times the player presses each button to get the correct icons to display. And it doesn't seem that this code gets added to the Super Nintendo's available list of codes for Mortal Kombat 3. It does, however, get listed for the Super Nintendo version of Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3, where it is given the title of Minimal Damage. I tried the code for myself to confirm it and to get a better grasp of how it works. Unlike other codes for the game, the players aren't given any sort of text descriptor that confirms the code was successful. Overall, I'm sure someone somewhere is aware of this code's inclusion in the Super Nintendo version of Mortal Kombat 3, but I was kind of taken aback at it not readily popping up in a search for the game's secrets. So there you go. At face value, maybe this combat code isn't so much of an earth-shaking discovery. However, when you take a step back and put yourself in the mind frame of the industry in 1995, such a tiny section of a page of Nintendo Power proved to be endlessly fascinating to me. If you'd like to know more about Nintendo Power issue number 78, you can find a link to the feature on GemuBaka in this video description, and there you can see a full breakdown of the information on the issue, which includes a special feature on the 10th anniversary of the Nintendo Entertainment System at the time, charts for the most popular games for that issue, a breakdown of how Nintendo Power reviewed games such as Mortal Kombat 3, Boogerman, and Secret of Evermore, and preview news that revealed GoldenEye was moved from the Super Nintendo to the Nintendo Ultra 64, and that there was a planned Virtual Boy game for Mighty Morphin Power Rangers? This issue also offered a small preview of Killer Instinct on the Game Boy, and if watching videos is more of your thing, the GemuBaka YouTube channel features a playthrough of Killer Instinct on Game Boy, as well as playthroughs of the Super Nintendo version of WWF WrestleMania the arcade game, which was heavily previewed and teased in this issue of Nintendo Power.